next guest has co-starred with his fiancée for the past 2 seasons on VH1's Love and Hip Hop Hollywood, where we've often gotten a glimpse of their ups and downs. Take a look.
What else you gotta say?
The fact of the matter is that I have anger management issues, and I've learned how to calm myself down, and I've learned how to be the better person. So in me being the better person, maybe it's just time for me and you to just separate. Stop, 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 stop.
Bitch.
What I tell you, stop.
You're a bitch.
You know what?
You're a bitch.
Well, folks, hey, the couple recently got engaged, but before they walked down the aisle, Ray J, old buddy of mine, asked me to help him work through some of their issues. He's here exclusively. Please welcome my old friend, Ray J. How you doing, man?
Thank you for having me.
You look good, bro. I see you, boy.
Thank you. I'm trying to keep up with you.
That's good.
How y'all doing? All right?
Hey, man, how you been, man?
I've been good, man. Thank you for having me.
Well, let's talk about that, man, because why come talk to me, really?
Well, you know I wouldn't play with you from the beginning. So before I came to talk to you, I had to be ready, you know? And now that I'm ready, it's 2016, I'm engaged. You know, I just wanted to, come talk to you and let you know the positive, path I'm on, but also, just to get some advice from you of how to just maintain this focus and maintain this positive energy, you know?
Yeah. So let me ask you now, some of the stuff that we see on the show between you and your girl, is that kind of typical behavior in the relationship?
I mean, it was, yeah. I mean, it all started with me. As a man in this entertainment business, you always try to blame things on your image, or this is what I gotta do for my job, or, all of the times where I might have hurt my girl in the past, I didn't really feel, I didn't understand how that felt, But once I started to get that, and then, it happened to me, then you go, wow, is that really what I'm doing? And if so, at some point, as a man, you gotta face all the bad things you did, and if God blesses you, you move forward and get better.
Give me an example, Ray J. What do you mean? Some of the stuff you were doing.
We had an incident in New Orleans where the police got involved, and we got into this argument, and it got loud, and glasses was being thrown in the room, and then all of a sudden the police show up, and somebody got to go. Somebody got to deal with what's going on in the situation, and it was very unfortunate that they took her, But it all started with me telling her, I'm about to bring you some soul food home and get caught up at the strip club. That's what happened. And before then, it was just, multiple times of me just not caring about our communication, staying out all night, and all she needs is that phone call to just be, or FaceTime, baby, I'm in the studio with my friends, it's all good, but that no call leaves her going and going and going. And I was a cheater, And so for her to even still be with me, to hang in there, to even stick with me through all of the turmoil and that's how I knew she was the one, because she didn't have to stay with me. She didn't have to deal with that, but she loved me, and she still loves me. And I started to see that, and I started to go, you know what? That's the only girl I ever felt like this for, and before I lose her, I'm gonna step up and do what I'm supposed to do,
Okay, according to TMZ, police arrested Princess Love for assaulting Ray J. They said she cracked his ribs, busted his lips, and tore his ACL. Okay, now that was less than a year ago.
Yeah.
So
Well, first off, she didn't crack my ribs. I mean, TMZ is accurate, and I got nothing but love for TMZ. They cool people. But some of the stuff got mixed in with everything that was going on in New Orleans, and it was sad that she, that they took her to jail, because I didn't want that to happen. And if they would have took me to jail, then I probably wouldn't even be sitting here with you, because after that, it's hard to bounce back.
Yeah.
It's hard to bounce back. And even though we was just arguing,
yeah.
it just, leads up to this and leads up to that, and you know, whatever job or field you in, you know, you work hard to get to a certain point, and that one instant, everything is over.
What made you change, though?
Well, what's funny about how I changed is that I was watching a TV show, and this dude on the show was drinking, and he was disrespectful, and then you watch him from the beginning when he was focused to when he started this crazy, just character that really wasn't him, and then he went down and he died, he got locked up. All of these things happened to him, and I was like, yo, that's me. And I stopped drinking right after I saw the show. It just instantly, and I just stopped because I just, you know, because what was crazy was that I was rooting for him, you know, I was rooting for him. I was like, yo, don't, no. And then it was over, and I'm like, you know, it's a lot of people out there rooting for me. And you know, I don't want to let myself down and let my mom and my sister and everybody down.
That's a good one. Now that you're sober, man, you living in a different life, you still have problems in a relationship.
Absolutely.
So what do you still have to deal with? Because, you know, you can't just change and then it all go away.
Yeah.
You change and you still have to deal with the residual after effect.
The trust and communication. I want her to be able to trust me 1,000%. And it's going to take a long time for me to gain her trust because of the things that I've done.
Yeah.
So it's the trust, you know? I mean, how do I make her trust me like, you know, he's all the way good?
See, when a man wants forgiveness, you got to be patient with a woman. Because you can't just say, I'm sorry, and then she's supposed to be just let it go.
Yeah,
it does not work that way. You saying I'm sorry does not instantly repair 2 years of fighting and distrust, you know. So the best advice I could give to you is it's got to keep consistently doing the right thing.
Yeah, real talk, because I get off the bus and go get her Popeyes if she don't feel like it. Straight up. Quick.
And he ain't got off the bus and went and got Popeyes for no damn body. Ain't no damn chicken. We going to Burger King. Hey, folks, Ray J's fiance, Princess Love, is here. She's here. The question is, does she have reservations about the relationship, too? We're going to find out next because we'll be talking to her. She'll be out here. We'll be right back, folks.
Coming up next, Ray J's fiance, Princess Love, joins the conversation.
I'm sorry.
And turns to Steve for help.
I know he's gonna make mistakes, but how do I deal with that?
Well, the mistakes that he's going to make don't have to be the repetitive mistakes of the past. I can actually see him changing for you. And I think that's where we're at right now.
The challenge is facing the...
I'm back with the R&B recording artist and reality star Ray J. Also joining us is his fiancée, Princess Love.
Frankie.
The two were recently engaged, but their highly explosive relationship has kind of cast a long shadow on their pending marriage. They want my advice for moving forward, so please welcome Princess to the show. Now, let's start right here, because your arrest in New Orleans was a defining time in you all's relationship. What led up to that?
It was just a climax of everything that had happened, like the past 4 years, you know, the constant cheating, the lying, finding condoms in suitcases, you know, hashtagging his name when I can't find him, and, you know, girls saying that they're with him, and then it was Valentine's Day.
Oh,
So,
okay. For you, what's been the worst thing that he's done?
I would say just like letting me go to jail, you know, not protecting me.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I just feel like, you know, as a man, you're supposed to protect your woman, and I just felt like he just didn't do that.
Sorry, baby.
So police come to a call, and you just felt like you took the fall for it.
Well, no, it was my fault too. I overreacted. He never came back to the hotel room. He got another room. I called downstairs and tried to find out what room he was in. They said, we can't give you the room number, but we can tell you what floor he's on. You know, I went to the 5th floor and knocked on every door on that floor. Someone called the police. You know, I was throwing things. I was livid. I would not talk to the police because they were very rude to me. So they ended up taking me.
Okay. You all have broken up many times, according to reports and everything. Why'd you come back after New Orleans? What was it?
Well, after New Orleans, you know, I called his mom and I said, you know, like, I just had enough. Like, going to jail, that was the tip of the iceberg for me. And she said, you know, if you want to be together for as long as, you know, Ray's father and I have been together, you don't give up. You don't just walk away. So I just thought you know, I needed to hang in there just a little bit longer. Like, I know that what I was seeing, that wasn't him. I know it was alcohol. I just, you know, I felt like that just was not him. I've always felt that in my heart, that was not him.
So had you seen a better side of Ray J?
Yeah, all the time. You know, when he's around his family, you know, it's just, I see a different side of him. And it's just like the alcohol, I thought that was a big part of it.
Yeah. So what has Ray J done to prove to you that he's making a change?
He stopped drinking. You know, he communicates better. You know, he answers my phone calls. You know, a lot of times when he would do stuff, I could feel when he was doing it. I don't feel that anymore. And not only that, you know, I stopped talking to my dad's side of the family, and he's the reason why they're back in my lives again.
Mm-hmm. Do you feel that you've changed at all?
Yes, I feel like I'm more patient. I want to trust him instead of just accusing him or knowing that he's lying. I want things to work, so I give him the chance to, you know, be the man that I know that he is.
Okay. What are your concerns with Ray J today?
You know, I'm proud of him because he's on the right path, but as a woman, I do still have, like, thoughts in the back of my head, you know, like, is it ever gonna happen again, you know? We've only lived a third of our lives, like, we have so much longer to go. I know he's gonna make mistakes, but, you know, how do I deal with that?
Well, the mistakes that he's going to make don't have to be the repetitive mistakes of the past. He's changed. I changed. But I changed for one woman. And everybody else, I'm just being as open and honest as I can be about it. But I can actually see him changing for you. And I think that's where we're at right now. We'll be back in just a minute. We'll be back right after this.
Coming up next, Steve helps Ray J and Princess Love get their relationship on the right track before their trip down the aisle.
I think that this trust thing here, a big part of it is communication, because if the questions go unanswered, then you leave a person's mind to just fill in the blanks. Mm-hmm. As men, we ain't the best at this. So when
There's a
you know, when it comes down to it, Princess and Ray J agree that their biggest issues are trust and communication. So let's start with trust. Now, Princess, what does Ray J do to make you trust him?
Well, his communication has gotten a lot better, and he just tries now. He doesn't, you know, make me sweep stuff under the rug. He doesn't make me wait to talk about things. He, you know, talks about it when I'm ready to talk about it, and I can just see him trying.
Yeah. See, I think that this trust thing here, I think that it's a big part of it is communication for women. Because if the questions go unanswered, then you leave a person's mind to just fill in the blanks. Mm-hmm. And if the blanks is too big, just a lot of stuff can fill in the blank.
Trust.
And I think where we mess up as men is, you know, because women need a lot more communication than we need, or even we want to give. We ain't the best at this. So when we're not the best at it, so you being reassured by Ray J that when you want to talk, you know, let's talk. Because look, man, if you want to have a woman, then you gotta give a woman what she gotta have. It cannot be your way all the time. Look, you the man of the house. I got that. But can I tell you something? If you're a real smart man, you can be the man of the house, and she'll let you be the man of the house. But really, man, it's her house. It's her house. Princess, let me ask you this question. Why is it that you can't live without Ray J?
Because I feel like he is my soulmate. That's why I've always fought so hard, you know, to make him understand, like, look, I love you. Like, what does it have to take for you to realize that? And, you know, I would always pray and, you know, ask God, like, if he's not the one for me, like, please just give me the strength to leave. If he is, give me the strength to just hold on a little bit longer and just let him realize what he has in front of him. And
I realized it.
yeah.
It ain't funny, but damn, Ray J. I realized he like a little kid. I did. Ray J, Mama, I've swept down the steps. Ray J, you sitting over here. Ray J, you trying to get it right. I got it. I understand.
Because I feel bad about what I did, you know what I'm saying? And I'm caught up in what you're saying to us, because we don't never get a chance to sit and talk to nobody. This is our first time really ever on TV or not, just sitting down and talking about us and how we can get it better. We've never done this before.
Never.
Ever.
Ray J, you got another question for me?
Yeah, I, you know, lived a player lifestyle, and I'm done. It's a wrap. She know that. But how did you do it? How did you wrap all that up and maintain consistent focus? You know what I mean?
Well,
And never had them temptations. Never. I don't have none.
No.
I'm just saying. I'm just asking.
Well, hold on.
I'm asking.
Okay, man. Let me help you with this part. The temptation you will face to the day you die. What I had to realize and what I do is, when you get married, you have to make a commitment every day. You have to decide every day, I'm going to be married. Mm-hmm. You have to decide that every day. And then you got to realize what you got. What is the loss? See, I think about the loss, man. And you're at that point now as a man. And listen to me, Princess. I think you got a real shot here. I think you do. If he is who he says he is, and he could not have said the things and not meant it, and you all are probably soulmates that you say you are. So,
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Hang in there.
We'll be back when we got the kids.
Oh, boy, that's going to be big, man. Hey, I want to say thanks to Ray J and Princess Love. Good luck with the wedding plans. We'll be right back.
Coming up next, it's the conclusion of